Hey, Pipers. It's late here in Louisiana, and I'm up. Not that I can't sleep. I'm just rambling and prowling tonight, so being my usual self. But I got to get into bed pretty quick, 'cause I do want to make it to church in the morning. But I thought I'd do this video and download it and finish watching some more. Housekeeping. When I fill a bowl extra full, usually I only do half to 3/4. Took Guy Witherspoon's advice, and he half or 3/4 just usually smokes better. But if it's a good blend, sometimes I'll go back to my old ways and I'll pack it high. And I am smoking one of my favorites. HH Darkfire from our friends at Mac Barons, and let me tell you, this is a great blend. First time I tried it was 3 months or so ago. 4. We went down to Baton Rouge and to the Louisiana Mississippi Coon Ass Piper Pipe Club little meeting we had with Rachel and Nate and Big Smoking Wolf and Calendar, and I bought this at the Bayou. The Bayou Tobacco. Anyway, the place in Baton Rouge where the Jackson and the Tiger Bud and all comes from. But since then, I've picked up a couple of more tins that I've got in a cellar, and then Sutliff sent out another 10 to review, so I'm in good shape on it. But let me tell you, well, first, I'm smoking it in the pipe that was gifted to me by Guy Witherspoon last week. It's a little K. Woody Saxon, and I am really enjoying this pipe. And again, Guy, thanks so much. It certainly wasn't necessary, but I do appreciate it, and I'm proud to have it. And thank you, buddy. But this Darkfire, this year, it's not it. You know, when I do my year-end top 10 or top 5, I'll probably do a top 10 because it's so many. I have explored so many new blends this year that it's going to be tough to do a top 5, and a lot of us go ahead and do a top 10 in December. You know, December is rolling around next month, so we all need to be thinking about our year-end top 5 or top 10 videos. But this one will certainly make it in the top 3, and it may run a close race to number 1 as one of my newfound favorites. This is something that, and you know, I've said it in the review video, and I've said it more than once, and many others that smoke it, that swear by this, have said it too. This is something, especially for you newcomers, this is something that should be in your rotation. It is just a good straight. Well, let's see. Part of mine's faded out on the bottom, but I'll read y'all. Let's see. Old Darkfire, a bold flake of dark-fired burley in a well-balanced unity with flue-cured Virginias. This flake is hot pressed, meaning that during the pressing, heat is added by sealing the tobacco. Like I said, there's a line down it, so I can't read. Tobacco, which causes tobacco to intensify the marrying process, giving us a bolder tobacco, and it is bold. You know, a lot of Virginias It's got a little bit of that sweetness in it, but it's got the boldness of the burleys and the nuttiness of the burleys. It's all there. The whole deal is here. This is the best I've smoked. I could smoke this all day, and you know, the prices vary on this. I can't remember. I know down at Value Tobacco, he was a tad, seemed like high. It might not have been high. It was about $16 for this, and he may have been closer to 18 because I remember thinking he was a couple of dollars high. But I didn't care because I think Big Smoking Wolf told me, said, "You've got to get some of that while you're here." And I'd been wanting it anyway, and rather than go through the hassle of doing it online, having to, what I try to do when I order online is I get enough to go ahead and justify the freight. I hate to order just 1/10 of something and pay the $9 freight. I'll go ahead and either get, buy enough to cover the freight, or go ahead and buy 3 or 4, But here's what this, to you newcomers who have not ever seen it, this is what she looks like. And this thing comes chock full. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck in this little old tin here. It's heavy. This is a 100-gram tin. This little old thing. I'll show you another one that I like, and for a long time this was my favorite, but this has got it beat hands down. I smoked this a good while. Now this is, excuse me, it went down the wrong way. Now this is just a Virginia. That's a full Virginia. But as far as a flake, this was, I just like this. But this is expensive, kind of on the pricey side. And I felt cheated when I opened the box of this, opened the tin. It just didn't seem very full. And there's just no comparison to the Virginias. And of course, with that, you got the burleys in it too. But it's a good looking tin though. And then of course, now, I didn't buy this. They sent it as a sample. Navy Flake, it's a good one. There. I like it, but it don't hold a candle to H.H. Old Dogfire. And of course these two, they're decent. They're more, to me, in line with an Orlik Golden Slice. And I like Orlik from time to time. I've got a tin here. Hadn't smoked it in a while. It's an occasional go-to smoke. I heard so many good things about it, I went ahead and got a tin. But when that tin's gone and I'm about halfway through it, I doubt I'm just I would rather have certainly this, but this could take the place of it, and certainly the cap stands. I just like them better, the quality of it, over the Orlik. Now that is certainly, just an opinion. And I'm not knocking Orlik at all because I like it. I said I will never order it again. I may not keep it in my rotation, but I might order a 10. I probably won't order 100 gram, just get a little 50 gram 10. Just to keep smoke it occasionally from time to time. But we went out to the River Market today, this morning. I got there early for a change. I tell you, they like you to start getting there about 8 o'clock, and they want you to come to find out you can get there before 8 o'clock, but 8 o'clock is the start and check-in time. And I have overslept a couple of Sanders and got there at 8:30, and you cannot, with that trailer, you've got to dog leg that thing in and jackknife it, but today I got there and backed it right in, unhooked from it, and it was so much easier than I got there before my neighbor did. He's operating out of a tent, his wife, out of a, just a canvas tent, but they make the best egg rolls, his wife. Oh, they are very little vegetables and cabbage in them. It's mostly ground beef and with some seasons that come from the Middle East somewhere, and they are absolutely wonderful. But it was kind of slow today. It was real cloudy. Matter of fact, it was our second slowest day there. It was kind of cloudy. A lot of the vendors, the craft vendors, didn't show up today. We were probably missing, there's probably 150 craft vendors there, 160 or 70 maybe, and usually a dozen food vendors. Well, 8 to 10 food vendors, but today we had way more food vendors than we needed. We picked up, we probably had about 14, and I hated that because we do pretty good as long as there's 8 or 9. But the big thing was I think people thought it was going to rain. Well, it rained us out last week too. And some of the vendors even stayed home. They called Miss Terry this morning and told us that, look, we're not coming. We're not, get down there, and time you go, takes them a good while to set up all their wares. It takes us a while to set that little trailer up too. It's not just backing it up and unhooking from it. You got to, there's a lot of, you got to undo the cords from it, get them plugged up, get your stuff from the floor set back up on the counter. It's about an hour process, but they just didn't want to come out and unload, set their tents up or whatever, their booths, and then have to pack it up again. So they just gambled that it was going to rain, and it didn't. So we had, and I think the customers felt that way too. This morning though, one of the cables, I wind them up, and they're in cabinets. I spool them up. They're 220 wires that come down. Well, somehow I didn't have the one on the right-hand side of the trailer. It got slack in it, which has never happened to me. It just goes to show us something else I got to really watch out for. I'm learning every week on this trailer. But the dang 220 wire and plug fell about 7 inches and drug the ground either on the way home the other day or on the way over there this morning, and it rubbed the prongs on the plug-in just down to sharp points. So had to swap that out this morning, and that joke was $30 to replace that 220 end from Lowe's. But thankfully my brother-in-law come help me on that because I was so backed up I didn't have time to do it. But on the brighter side, I won first place on the gumbo today. They had a little, they judged everybody's gumbo and got down to the end there, and it was between me and a prominent chef here in town. I'm not bragging, but I kind of am. It was a tie. They did a tiebreaker, and I won it. And I felt really good, but a lot of the credit goes to my son. As I said, that's his recipe. And like I say, he's my go-to guy when I need a recipe from especially Cajun cooking, because he went to chef school in South Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, and Louisiana Culinary Institute is where he went. And of course, they have a heavy emphasis on Cajun food and a lot of upscale food and whatnot, but he has truly helped me with that. But we took first place, kind of got a silver spoon deal, and so it's and mainly a lot of bragging rights. But when I'm gonna finish this up, get to hay, get ready for church. Almost out of time, but we'll catch y'all maybe tomorrow. Take care, y'all. Y'all have a good one, and God bless.